what's up? Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, then welcome. My name is Swati and I create travel videos here on Smartalist. So if you like to watch these kind of videos, then please do consider subscribing. So guys, about today's video, this video is going to be how to travel to Thailand on a budget. And I'm making this video because I get a lot of questions about how I travel so much and how do I manage my finances. Because I feel like a lot of people assume that if you're traveling a lot, then you need a lot of money. And especially when it comes to international travels, it's just a general assumption. So I've decided to make this into a series. I'm going to break down my travel expenses for each of these cities and tell you how exactly I do it so that you can also plan your travels accordingly. So in today's episode, it's going to be all about Thailand, because Thailand is absolutely one of those countries which has everything. I feel like when it comes to tourism in Thailand, a lot of people have this assumption that it's all about sex tourism or something shady. But that is not true at all. Like, there's so much that you can do in Thailand. There's so much to see, like beautiful landscape, stunning architecture, food is great, and like you name it, and Thailand has it all. Like even for shopping, Thailand is so popular for shopping. Thailand kind of has it all, and it is one of those countries in the world where Indian rupees can take you a long way. So I thought, why not start with Thailand itself? And of course, now tourism is down in most countries, and countries, when everything is over, countries are definitely going to promote their tourism. So it's going to be even more cheaper for you if you're planning to travel to Thailand in 2021 or 2022. Now, before we get into this video, I just want to tell you that in Thailand, the currency is baht, which is equal to 2.3 Indian rupees. The best currency exchange that I get is usually when I use my card. So for most of my transactions, I generally just keep very little cash that I withdraw from the ATMs. Otherwise, I just use my card, and I find that works the best for me. So now, without any further ado, let's get started with today's video. First things first, your flights. Now about your flights, it really depends on which part of the country you're flying from. If you're traveling from Chennai or Kolkata, it's going to be very cheap. I traveled from Chennai and I paid around 10,000 Indian rupees. But if you're traveling from Kolkata, it will be even more cheaper, like 8,000-9,000 rupees. For this video, we're going to calculate at 10,000 Indian rupees. Now, I traveled on Air Asia, which honestly is not the best airline out there, but the journey is only like 3.5 hours, so it really doesn't matter. And also, you might have to pay a slightly bit more extra if you want to carry more than 7 kgs. But if you're traveling only for 7 days, then you really don't need to carry so much. And plus, you can also shop in Thailand, because like I said, in Thailand, shopping is just so good. You can't miss out on that. Now coming to your visa. Thailand has a visa on arrival for Indians. But listen to me. The best thing is that from November to April, Thai government usually has a visa-free entry for Indians. So I suggest if you're planning to go to Thailand, go during that time. Otherwise, you'll have to pay 4,000 rupees for a Thai visa. But also, like this November to April is a pretty good time to visit Thailand because the weather is really nice. So consider doing that. The budget that I'm giving you is for 7 days, and I traveled to Thailand for 7 days. And in these 7 days, I covered Bangkok and Pattaya. So about your accommodation. Now, if you are a solo traveler, then I definitely recommend that you stay in hostels. Hostels are great so that you can even meet new people and have some company, and you won't even feel lonely. This is something that I speak about in all my videos. But if you're traveling with a group, then you can stay in an Airbnb or a hotel, depending on what suits you better. When I traveled with my friends. We were 4 girls traveling, and we ended up paying somewhere around like 400 rupees per person per night. But also, if you look up, then hostels in Bangkok and Pattaya, and even more so like in all other parts of Thailand, also cost somewhere between $3 to like $7. So for the ease of this video, we calculated at 500 rupees per night per person. So if you're traveling for 7 days, you might end up spending somewhere around 3,500 Indian rupees. Now coming to your internal travels within the city, and if you're traveling to some other city, like if you're going from Bangkok to Pattaya. If you're going from Bangkok to Pattaya, I suggest that you opt for a bus if you are a solo traveler. It is very conveniently available, so you don't have to break your head over that, and you would end up spending somewhere about 500 Indian rupees. But otherwise, if you're traveling with a group, then you can even opt for cabs like Grab or Uber. That is also a decent option for you. Now, even for your internal travels within within a city, you can opt for Grab, which is a better option than Uber. I didn't know about this when I was in Thailand, but for you, opt for Grab. Just download this app and it works just like Uber, but it's a little bit cheaper and also very, very efficient. And other thing that you can do is to go for Sky Trains. Now this is basically like metros in India, very, very reasonably priced. You can opt for like a one-day pass if you plan to do a lot of travels within the city, and it is very, very convenient. Other than this, you also see these tuk-tuks in Bangkok and in other parts of Thailand, but tuk-tuks are pretty expensive and they kind of overcharge you sometimes. So see for yourself. If you want to have that experience, then opt for it, otherwise you can skip it. And also another thing that you can opt for are boats. You will find boats in Bangkok. They are very, very reasonably priced, like 30 rupees or 40 rupees. Like you will even find boats for like 20 bucks. So that's a very good option if you want to opt for that. So see for yourself what all you want to see and you can plan accordingly. Food in Thailand is actually pretty exciting. If you have a very global palate and if you eat everything, then you will find yourself to be in heaven, because Thailand has so many different varieties, so much food. But first of all, let me just tell you, if you are a vegetarian, your options are going to be very, very limited. You can find places where they serve vegetarian food, you can find vegan restaurants, but it's going to be a little expensive. So if you are an Indian vegetarian traveling to Thailand who is on a budget, then I suggest that you take these MTR packets from India, because they are pretty good and they are going to help you. Because in our group we had 2 vegetarians and they did find it very difficult to find food for them. But for us as non-vegetarians, we had a lot of options to eat from, and food in Thailand is very, very reasonably priced. Like for 100 baht you will get a proper meal, and 100 baht is somewhere about 200 rupees. And for breakfast, what I usually used to do is go to one of these 7-Elevens. Thailand has a lot of 7-Elevens and you will find them pretty much everywhere. Wherever you go, you will find them, and they're pretty good. Like they have these takeaway foods, they have coffee, fresh coffee, which was great. And for lunch and dinner, I used to have somewhere else, like something or the other, and would end up spending somewhere around 150 Indian rupees or 200 Indian rupees. So on an average, in a day, you would spend somewhere about 400 Indian rupees on your meals. Now coming to your experiences, because obviously you're traveling to Thailand to have fun, to do things that you want to do. So now about experiences, it totally depends on you as a person, what you want to go for. I personally opted for some water sports, and we also went to this safari, and that was great. And somewhere if you want to do things like this, you would end up spending somewhere about 4,000 rupees or 3,000 rupees. So let's take it as 5,000 Indian rupees that you would end up spending. Ladies and gentlemen, the grand total is 23.4k, very much within our budget, and you can also have some extra for shopping. So guys, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope this video has helped you in some way, and if it did, then please do give this video a like. And trust me, it really helps me when you like and comment on my videos. That's the only reward that I get for making these videos, and it also helps me with the YouTube algorithm. So please consider doing that. And also if you're new here, then consider subscribing to my channel, because I put out travel videos every week. Now you will also get another budget video. In the coming video is going to be a budget video. So stay tuned for that. Click the bell button so that you're notified every time I upload a video. And yeah, that's pretty much it guys. Take care and I'll see you soon. Till then, bye bye.